Have you ever wanted to make epic cinematic jungle chase sequence type drum loops, but all the sample libraries and VSTs for big drum stuff like that are way too expensive? Well, it turns out you don't need any fancy schmancy cinematic drum libraries. In fact, there's a chance you already have what you need in your downloaded samples. Today, I'm gonna show you how to make cinematic percussion loops that sound like this. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna want to do is you're gonna just open up a sampler, just whatever you use to sample stuff, like to pitch things and whatever. Just like grab something that you can sample things and play on a piano, whatever. Then you want to open up just an impact, something that kind of sounds like this, mostly this. Like this is gonna sound pretty good. Like if we do that and like that, and I don't know. Wait, I need a release. Gotta turn up the release. Like that already sounds pretty good. And then we can like add kind of chords that stack so it can sound more impactful on the notes we want to impact more. And then we can like make it lower pitch. That sounds pretty good, but if you don't think you already have like an impact that would be good for this, well, look no further than the Universe Beta Pack. Woo! And it has like this Meteor sub pack thing that has some really neat impacts for you to use. Let's just try using number one. Number one's pretty good in my opinion. Hold on. Let's like make it lower. That's pretty good. We can do better though. We're gonna loop this. Good. It's pretty decent. Pitch it up a bit. I like that. Now we can like fill in the space with some lower velocity notes. That sounds pretty good. This could already be what you want, but it doesn't sound like that cool in my opinion. So we're gonna duplicate this and just like make a short repeating pattern. We're gonna copy paste this. It does not matter what the pitch of these notes is at all, really. Let's do something like let's do one actually this time. It's just gonna be like lower volume, higher pitch, and it's just gonna fill in the space more. Ain't that neat? And then we're gonna duplicate this main one again, and instead of like adding a whole lot of stuff, we're gonna delete everything that isn't the main impact notes. So we just get like those are the notes we want to emphasize. We're gonna put in another impact. Impact 3 might be good. That sounds pretty good. Remember to play around with like pitch and everything. And also just try swapping in different impacts. So now it already sounds pretty good. And we can like do another thing where we have like a more tom-ish kind of impact. Like 4 works pretty well for the tom-ish impacts. We already have 4, but it's gonna be used differently, so it's not gonna sound samey. We're gonna like use it to create a kind of mini melody. It just makes it more fun, you know? You can never stop playing around with the pitch of things. That sounds pretty good. Next up, we're gonna add like a little shaker section, which if you don't have shakers, that's fine. I don't have them either, but you can just as easily use like a hi-hat from something. Everyone has hi-hats. Let me get a slightly longer, noisier one. Everyone has hi-hats, and then on your sampler you can just like lower attack. Let's just copy and paste the chaotic one for now. And it might as well be a shaker, you know? And it's just like... just like do it how you would a hi-hat loop. Put some reverb on this if you want. That sounds fun. Then you can like also adjust like the panning of everything. I'm gonna turn everything down a bit. Then you can like adjust like the panning of different elements. Whoops. It's yeah. Like maybe you want to be this to be more on the right. This could be a left thing. And lower stuff should be in the center. This should also probably be in the center. Now with some like slight panning, we've just kind of made it a lot better. So that's pretty cool. I know there was something else. Oh right, post-processing. Let's group this all together. Let's put a compressor on this thing. Actually, no. OTT, you know? X for OTT does the same thing, I think. So you can use that if you don't have Ableton OTT. It's like the same thing. It just makes it... it's more powerful. We can bring out bass more. Let's go to EQ. Kind of lower the bass actually a bit. Then we can like make this area more because it makes it more boomy and cool. And then we can lower this area because this kind of is more where some melodic elements will be, and we don't want those like contradicting in the mix. So like around this frequency is like pretty good. Then we can also like saturate this. Just give it more like energy, you know? I'm gonna add a glue compressor at the end just to really make it louder, you know? I feel like that's good. Like I would use this to do cinematic stuff, definitely. But maybe you want to like have a bigger impact at the start. That's actually something I started doing a lot. I'm gonna set this to 2 bar and like delete that. Just make the start like really big and impactful. Actually, just make a whole nother thing just to get one stack, put reverb on it, compress it, and then we just get a huge impact at the start. I'm gonna swap out this impact for number 5. Yeah, number 5 is good for like really crunchy impacts because it's got a lot of Foley layering, so it's good for that kind of stuff. Then another glue compressor. You gotta love glue compressor. I think there's some other compressor that would work just as well as an Ableton glue compressor. Just whatever your favorite compressor is. And yeah, that sounds pretty good. Let's just listen to the whole loop a couple times. I think that's pretty good. All right. So that's my cinematic drum tutorial. The link to the Universe beta pack will be in the description, so you can use these exact impacts. Um, if this video gains enough traction, I'll make a tutorial on how to make the individual impact sounds themselves, because there is a way to do that without having massive drums and everything, but it is a bit more complicated. I would have to put more effort into it. Um, but yeah, if you enjoyed this tutorial, consider sharing it to your producer friends if you have those. I'm not very good at outros.